Hey painting friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stoof, and today we are going to start part one of a two-part acrylic painting tutorial series for creating some lemons on branches like this painting right here. This is the finished painting. I had a lot of fun creating this one, and I hope you guys will too. This was recommended by one of my subscribers, so thanks for recommending this idea. In part one, we are going to focus on the lemons and the background, and then in part two, which will be next week, we're going to focus more on getting the detail in the leaves, a little more detail in the lemons, and just fully bringing this piece to life. So while you're here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more of my fun painting tutorials like this one. And let's dive into our materials list. We are going to do an acrylic painting on an 11 by 14 inch canvas panel of some lemons on the branch. I have a paint palette here and my acrylic paint colors for today. I'm primarily using Golden brand paints. You can use whatever paints fit your budget though. And we also have a cup of water that I'll have over here to rinse off my brushes. And for our brushes today, we have a couple different brushes. We have 2, 4, 6 brushes. I'm not sure if I'll need all of them, but we have a filbert brush. With this brand, it's number 6, but it's really probably closer to like a number 8 or 10 in the standard sizing system. We have a number 6 flat tip brush, we have a number 4 flat tip brush, a number 2 flat tip brush, we have a liner brush that's just a little thicker, and we have an angled brush which is number 2 in this brand, but it's really like a number 6 in the standard sizing system. All right, so we're gonna get started by sketching out the concept. I'm starting with a pure white canvas here, not doing any wash because we're using acrylic paints and the yellows are a little more on the transparent side. So we don't wanna have a wash because that yellow would be see-through and you would see whatever's under it. So that's why we wanna start with a nice pure white canvas for this tutorial. So I'm going to start just by taking a little bit of my ochre, mix with a little Cad Yellow, and we're going to start by just putting a little tick mark somewhere in about where center is on the canvas. Doesn't have to be perfect. You can see that's probably a little off, more like that. And once you get the center point, you're going to use that to eyeball where everything's going to go. So we're just going to start with our lemon shapes. So if that's center, we've got a lemon kind of split center. Starts a little farther down here. And it's really just like an oval shape. I also have these paper towels. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but that's to help clean off my brushes. So it's like an oval. And then they've got these little nubs on them and like a little indent there. And I'm just dipping this brush in the water a little to thin down the paint. We've got another lemon that starts, it goes right to center, and this one's a little more of a circle shape than a oval. So it's like an actual circle with that little nub for the side part of it. And part of that lemon is covered, but it helps just to get the shape there. That, you know what, this one's a little bigger. Gonna make it come up a little more here. There we go. Okay, and then this other lemon here comes to about the same height. It's a little bit of an angle here. And I'm sketching this concept out using my light yellows because that'll be easy to cover up later if we need to. And this one's got its little nub there. All right, and then I'm going to take a little Phthalo Green, still with my water here, and now we can start to add some of our leaves. So this leaf is kind of curled, comes in there, goes off the top. Like that. And we've got another leaf. Starts about right here. Just goes right like this, kind of covering up this lemon. And this angle's not quite as much of an arc on this side. And then down here we've got this one kind of hiding under this one. And it's going to curl in. And we've got another leaf that's blocking part of our view of this lemon. So it's kind of like a really shallow S here. And comes back down. And then this side is a little bit more straight, and then arc. And let's mix a little bit of our raw sienna. And I'm doing this with my sketch just so we help to remember what's what. So this is our, got a little nub here too. And a branch right here. And this one's got a little side branch that comes off with some leaves. And we've got another branch. So this one's just going to go back behind there. And I guess we'll just show this one right here while we're working on it. We'll just add that one in. And this one's got like a piece that kind of just comes off right there. And that connects to that leaf. And this one goes right here. And then we've got another one right there. Let's get a little more umber. And just make that one go right there. And then we've got another lemon. It's hiding back here. I guess we'll go back to our yellow so we know that this is a lemon. And it's just kind of like that. And then we've got another lemon right here. It's got a shape kind of like this, and it's got a little nub there. And we've got another lemon kind of hiding back here, and another lemon up here. And looks like there could be another lemon over here. It's pretty dark. And there's one more lemon down here. There's a little bit of yellow peeking through here, through the leaves, but it's not that visible. All right, so we got more leaves here. Just gonna put that one there. And I guess that means that other lemon's gonna have to go somewhere else. Another one right here. And this leaf kind of comes in a little more. Another leaf right here. And there's another leaf right here. It's all about the shapes for now. Just getting these shapes in here. See a little bit of a leaf in there. And it's pretty much just dark in here. So we've got the concept sketch now. Just cleaning off my brush, getting the extra paint off of there. And now we can start with the background. So everything in the background is basically over here on the left side. It's kind of out of focus. And there are a couple little spots where you can see the sky over here. So we're going to start with that. We're going to mix Azurite Blue with white. Maybe a hint of Phthalo Green. And just put those spots in here. Can mix a little bit more blue in some spots. A little more of the blue. And you can mix like a little bit of purple in there too if you want, just to help add a little more color variety. Can let it blend a little. And purple's a nice complementary color to yellow, so any little bit of purple you squeeze in here is just going to look nice. Alright. Get the extra paint off your brush, and now we're going to mix our light green with our Hansa yellow. And start adding some of that around here with some white. Maybe a little more Hansa, a little bit of our Cad Yellow deep. A little bit ochre. Some phthalo and some sap green and some azurite. For right over here, we want this to be darker because this branch up here is in the foreground is lighter. And when you get to where the lemon is, you want to be a little more careful. Maybe a hint of black too. And blending these. Again, trying to keep things out of focus back here, so we're only working in this one area to help do that. Mixing a little more of my greens with my yellows. Just getting a nice blend, trying to keep everything out of focus. Mix a little more white in there. You can mix right on the canvas if that helps you to move quickly. And if you press more gently, sometimes that helps you to get a softer blend. Take a little green gold. And mix a little purple. Just dipping the brush in the water a bit to get a nice smooth line right around the edge of this lemon. And a little more yellow. More sap green, mixed with some phthalo, and then just fuzz out your line a little. More sap green up here. Again, we're trying to keep it a little darker up here. Where this leaf's gonna be. And then let's do a little bit of our phthalo and light green and white and blue. Put that right here. Try to keep that nice soft blend. Don't want any sharp, harsh lines here. I'll take some phthalo and white. A little more phthalo right in here. more white. Ochre. Yellow. A little more purple mixed with umber and phthalo. Take a little bit more of that light green. Mixed with yellow. And there's still a little bit of my sap green in there. Take some raw sienna. And a little bit more of our phthalo. Going back over and layering some lighter yellows and whites in here. Trying to keep it look blended and not streaky. Okay, a little more phthalo green and sap green down here. Again, gotta be careful around the lemon. A little bit more phthalo. With some raw sienna. Gonna block in a little bit more dark sap green here with the azurite. A couple spots are pretty dark. Mix a little purple in there. I'm going to mix some azurite and white again. Just blend these in. The other colors, just to keep it nice and soft. Taking more sap green and phthalo. No super sharp lines, with everything nice and soft still. Take a little more white and yellows. Just build up a little more warmth and light over here. Trying to keep it fuzzy again. Now let's work on the lemons. You want to get your brush nice and clean. I'm still using this filbert brush to get started here. We're going to start with just some pure white. And just go right up to the edge. Make sure you don't leave any white space. And this shape right here is pretty important. So it's like a nice arc, and then it has a little bit more of a curve right here before the little nubby part of the lemon. Alright, so we got that white on there. Now I'm going to take some of my yellow, mix with a teeny bit of purple and light green. And white, teeny bit more light green, teeny bit of this azurite, just to kind of cool that white down just a little bit. Now I'm just going back and forth, pushing the paint around, letting it blend a little. Starting to put more of it on here. This whole part of the lemon is pretty close to that color as it comes down. Then we're going to need a little bit of black with our yellow and some of our Cad Yellow medium. And we're going to put that right here, kind of following around. A little bit of ochre with black and purple, and our Cad Yellow deep. It's good for right here. And for over here. And let's add a little bit more yellow to it. And a hint of the red. And just dab right here. And we're going to dab again right here. Take more yellow. Just dabbing gives it that textured look a little bit more. And you can kind of smooth it over just a little bit if you want. Take a little bit more purple and black. Maybe a hint of our green in there too. And then let's take a little bit more of our red, yellow, yellow. This side's a little bit warmer. And there's a teeny bit of this warm color over here, but not a whole lot. I'm going to clean my brush, give it to straight yellow. And go back to our yellow and Azurite, Hansa. And let's mix a little bit of raw umber, purple, and yellow in there. A little more straight Hansa up here. And let's do some more pure white. Just letting it blend a little. Trying to keep this nice shape. Back to Hansa. And I'll go back to our darker color with a little more purple and blue. A little more purple. There we go. warmer yellow, a little bit of red. Just very gently going over that. Right there. Letting the white blend in with this shadow a bit. Making sure we've got some subtle lines kind of going back and forth along the lemon to help build that nice shape up. And I'm going to take a little more of my red. Put that right over here. Mix a little more yellow into that. A little bit of my warmer yellow. Got a little more warm yellows over here. Got a little bit of that texture. And then we've got our greens. It's just a nice little spot where the stem meets the branch there. All right, there's our first lemon. Lemon's got a little more of those shadowy tones. So we're going to yellow, ochre, purple, a little bit of our warm yellow. Yeah, that's nice. And we're just going to block this in. And seeing the edge of this, it's a little bit dark right here. And it actually is pretty red right there. I'm going to take my white, a little bit of green, or not my white, my Cad Yellow, a little bit of purple, and a little bit of the ochre color too. And I mix a little white in there. We want this to be darker than that, so we are going to have to brighten up that little bit of lemon there. And I'm just kind of pretending like those branches aren't there right now. And we're mixing a little more of our reds and browns. And we're going to mix some purple and some black. This gets pretty dark. Alright, and we got a little more of our yellow, a little warm yellow right here. Just try to keep that nice angle shape that we get for the lines on the lemons. Even though you can't see the whole thing, mix a little bit of white. And we got that nice bit there. It's got a little highlight. Then I'm going to take my yellow, mix a little white in there. And a little bit of the warmer yellow. And I'm just going to brighten up this contact so we can tell that this lemon is here. And it's in front of the other lemon. It's just like a warmer yellow right at the edge of that highlight there. Alright, that helps. A little warmer right in there too. Next, we've got this lemon down here, which is pretty cool in value. So I'm just mixing some Hansa. Mix a little bit of blue in there too. But it is light in value. This one actually is a lot lighter than right there. So I gotta come back. Checking your values is gonna help you a lot to make this realistic. Come back down here, I'm gonna take more of my yellow with a little ochre. Just start to add color to that. And we'll add a little bit more purple and blue with our yellow. So a warm yellow too. And let's do more warm yellow. There we go. And now we gotta get this line in here too. So I'm gonna mix some black. And I'm just gonna make this like that, and then this is the contact. Let's mix our yellows back in here. And you want to blend that into your shadow. We're going to mix more ochre for down here. A little bit of black, ochre for right there. Then we'll just add our nice little nub. I don't know what this is actually called. The nubby part of the lemon. Add a little more purple in there. And we want a little more purple right under here too, just to get that to stand out a bit more. And then we gotta highlight this lemon. Just cleaning off my brush, getting more white and yellow. And just adding a little highlight there. Gonna highlight this a bit more too. And make sure we get this angle right. And I'm just gonna mix a little bit more of my medium yellow into this one. Start with that again. And a little bit more white right here. All right, then we're gonna mix our yellow with that little bit of light green. And actually, I'm seeing I want to make this a lot more light green on this one. There we go. Helps when you have more lemons down to see how you want the rest of your lemons to look. And we're just going back and forth, blending this into that white. Mixing more warm yellow right here. Want a little more of that textured look. Then we'll mix some ochre right here with our yellow. And then we're going to mix a little purple and azurite green for over here. And this all goes behind the leaf there, so you don't see a whole lot of that. And it's a little bit more purple down here. Let's grab some more purple. Yellow, black, azurite. A little more black. Then we're going to take some whites, a little more green, blend this, and some yellow. Take a little more green. Lots of really pretty little subtle color changes in these lemons. There we've got a little bit more of our warmer color there. Just trying to add a couple of those little textured dots. Alright, there's this one. Getting a little bit of green in here. A little bit of green down there. Going back to this one again. More green. Okay, these ones are looking nice. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in here from this one. It's kind of dark in the background. Just gonna put this one right in here. Gotta make this edge a little bit lighter in value than the edge of this lemon. And that looks good. Now let's take some Sap Green and Phthalo Green and that middle green and just add a couple more of our leaves here. These ones are a little more in focus. The shape of that lemon, and I'm going to put some green here. So I'm going to go back. We've got purple, lots of purple, and green, and azurite, white and black. A little yellow. And it's pretty dark in here. Take some yellow, green, a little bit more of our warm yellow. And that's a pretty quick one. Let's go back to that dark color again, build that up. Maybe I'll mix a little bit more white. Just make that a little bigger. Okay, now this lemon, got more of the warmer color right here, where it touches this one. Okay, back over here. Purple mixed with yellow for a lot of this here. Mix a little bit of green in there too. Cool it down a little. And our nice bright yellows and greens go up here. And there's some white right here. And there's a little highlight right here. And it transitions to the warmer color. Got a little bit of that in there. And then we just go back to our normal back and forth. Going back and forth, getting that texture in here. Gonna get a little more green. And then need more of this color over here. And more purple, yellow right here. Gonna build that up over here too, a little bit more. A little bit of the warm yellow up there, and a little more warm yellow right around here again. Just keep building it up. And let's go back over here for this lemon. With those lemons, there's one more over here I want to get in. Mix a little green in there. And this one's got more white. Right here. All right, one more lemon. Mixing our yellow, some ochre, some purple. That'll get us this side. And some lighter yellow and white right here. And we'll just mix a little bit of yellow and green right there, and some purple and warm yellow right in there. Let's help build that shadow. And then let's make, see in this shadow right here, I want it to be a little darker. All right, and then I want this one to be a little cooler, just so it's obviously a different lemon. All right, I think I'm gonna give that one a sharper edge too. All right guys, that wraps up part 1 for our lemons painting tutorial. Part 2 is coming out next week. I will have a link for part 2 in the description under this video once it's available. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day and happy painting. Bye bye.